Aloha, I'm Gene Telmasher. I'm here with Albert Ha Jr. and we're so grateful that we have this time, this moment to hear what Albert Ha has to say from his mana'o and his perspective, being that he is related to and an heir to Keopuolani, Kamehameha 3, who is the author and founder of Hawaii's Declaration of Rights, 1839, and that codifies the Creator's law in his kingdom, the Hawaiian kingdom. So Albert is well known in the Hawaiian community, certainly amongst the very large ohana, and also in the local and Hawaiian community, as has actually served public notice and many times to clarify his status in the law, and always with the heart of aloha. So I'm really looking forward to hearing what he has to say, and we're grateful that we could have this time together to hear his mana'o in this amazing time that Hawaii is in right now. Okay, God bless you. Thank you, Albert.
Oh, thank
All right,
you.
I'm gonna sit down right there, brother. Okay.
I've been chosen by the elders of my family, the Kamehameha3 ohana. I've been chosen to stand up and represent the family in regards to whatever belongs to Hekikea or Hezekiah. My tutus go by many names, and while representing the family, I was served this probate from Sibrua, describing which was actually a kauna of my family's hidden names and who we are. My biggest concern right now is what's happening today. I believe I have the right to represent my family because being chosen by the elders or a large group of Hawaiian members, my family's clan. And my tutu man is Keopuolani, Kamehameha3. He wrote the laws, and he gave all Hawaiians, or Kanaka Maole, an undivided interest to all of his lands. These lands, I believe, is like my tutus always said, belongs to God, to Akua. These lands are to be shared and cared for by our family and all others who come here. I keep thinking of what I hear on the TV, where the governor is saying that we have a different look towards the mountain because the Hawaiians believe the mountain is sacred and this and that, and they have other goals of studying space. My feelings towards this is all land in Hawaii is sacred. There is no unsacred land in Hawaii. And I believe the problem on the mountain is not an argument of how sacred something is, or there's a grave on it, or anything like that. It's nothing about sacredness. Our issue, or most of the family's issue is, number one is, who owns this land? Who has the right to speak over this land? Who was given the kingship of this land? All these Hawaiian peoples, the Kanaka people, believe we were put here on earth to malama, to take care of what God gave us. The Westerners came in and said, oh, these people are a little weird, they pray to stones. They pray to the goddess Pele. Even that goddess Pele is all made up by white men and Westerners. Pele is not a goddess to me. She is my auntie. She came from Tahiti and married into my family members, and we became one. Just like King Solomon, Hezekiah in the Bible, in all his war strategy was, when they battled with someone else, they ended up marrying and breeding into the families so that they all would be of the same family and there'd be no more killing. Kamehameha wasn't the king because he was a woolly tough man. He became the ali'i nui because he was chosen by the high priest of Hawaiian. He tried to battle other kings from Kauai, Molokai, and all these other islands. When he had problems, what happened was he couldn't defeat them all because the canoes would flip over. The men would get all sick. He couldn't continue the battle. They decided to have them marry into the families so that we would stop fighting and become one. Today and in this time, the corporate businessmen brought all kinds of races from all over the world. Eskimos, Chinese, Filipinos, African Americans. They brought here to do work on the cane fields. They brought the Mexicans, Puerto Rican, Portuguese, to all work on the plantation, the ranches, play cowboys. But all these peoples they brought here, we didn't kick them out. We didn't shun them away. We looked at them as children of God, creations of God. And we took care of them. We ended up marrying into each other, and therefore we all became one ohana, one family. So that mountain up there belongs to us all. However, the Kanaka Maole has the right to speak and make decisions of what can and cannot be done on that mountain. Personally, I believe in science. I don't believe I'm gonna go back and push on wheelbarrow when there's big bulldozers and stuff, you know what I mean? Or shovel something when you can use a backhoe or something. I believe in the times. I'd be an idiot out there with a stone trying to chop a tree when I can get an axe or a chainsaw. And I believe in science. I believe we have to work together with the foreigners and everybody else. Right now and at this moment regarding Mauna Kea, that's my biggest pet peeve is everybody say they like make things pono. The governor says they like make things pono. Nothing is gonna be pono until they address the truth and who owns that land. The state Attorney General office several times had claimed to me that the state had the rightful heirship to the land, title to the land. However, all the way up to today, they are still taking my families to court over land that is still part of that 2 million acres. When I went to my land case, at Honoapo, I had the tax key map for the lands on that little property at Honoapo under Solomon Ho'olapa Kahana He Kikea. And I took this tax paper to Ricky Meamano's court back, I believe, in 2009. She told me, oh, it might be a mistype, or it should, you know, it might be the value of the land. But it clearly says, I told you, Anna, it clearly says 1.8,600,000 acres, of which 320,000 acres was already crossed off. I believe that was given out into a deal with the federal government or some other entity. But what they had done, the corporate businessman, when they took the sugarcane fields, was commingle my family's land with multiple establishments, and the rich and the famous who came here to run businesses. And then when they leased the land, they refused to give it back after the lease was over. That's all it is. And then they recreated their own new laws, which they call adverse possession. I told the judge, if you read the elements of adverse possession, it is describing legal extortion. You got to take the land exclusively, notoriously, what it means by gun or whatever.
Notorious.
Yeah. And these elements of adversity, I believe, is just another form of the crime to prevent the Hawaiian people from regaining their rightful heirship. So if they want to make pono, I say again, start from the beginning where the problem started. Resolve this bad feelings that we have about theft and lies and taking the land and forcing the people to do things. And just listen. Like I said, we should be working together. You know what I mean? If the governor said, yeah, this belongs to the Kanaka Maole, my first question to him would be, sir, how can I help you? Not get them out, kick them out. No, that is not the Hawaiian way. We never kicked anybody out. When people came from afar, my families would run up with baskets of fruit, ulu, food, and fed them after their long journeys. There were no airplanes, there were only canoes and boats. My families saved them from their hardship, and then we married into them. All these Germans, and they came here a long, long time ago, before the corporate businessman. So we're entwined with people from all over the world. Like I said, Akua gave the Kanaka Maole a place to live, put us here, and we believe we have the right to be the caretakers of the Aina. Taking care of the land and bullying people all around is two different things. So when you talk to an Hawaiian, we tell you, please don't build over there. Don't do that over there, might flood, might at least listen. I understand they want to make money with the tourism, but work it out with the Hawaiian families. No go bring somebody from far away with billions of dollars to come over here and put up a big, big hotel and pollute the whole land, the ocean, and everything around us just for the cause of money. The beauty of God and God's land is already here. We are killing it.
Yes.
We are destroying it with our goals for money.
So Albert, I have a question for you regarding unity amongst the Kanaka families and amongst Hawaiians, the nationality Hawaiians of all colors, yeah? Because the true status of Hawaii, you know, being occupied, yeah, under extortion by a foreign power, that's well understood and clear, but because our people are not unified in their presentment unto the state of Hawaii, unto the feds, how we're not effective because we don't have that unity. How do you see we can achieve greater unity to be more effective?
Well, in order to unify, like I said, number one is education.
Okay.
A lot of us have this false pretense that, hey, I like the money. Even Hawaiians cut throat with other Hawaiians. Look at the chief and the prosecutor in Oahu. They like steal the land from their own family. Steal the money from their own parents. That money thing came from the Western way of thinking. We as Kanakas cannot think in the Western way. Money should not be a game play or a change or an issue of why you should or shouldn't. Should or shouldn't belongs to the eyes of God. You know what I mean? They wrote the 10 Commandments. You know what you should and shouldn't do. But what the American way is to write around it or find ways in it so I can still do things and yet still be forgiving.
Right.
You know what I mean? But the rules are clearly written.
Well, yes.
The laws are clearly written. They're all still blinded. They don't want to read the right, truthful law because they're afraid they'll lose their Social Security. They'll lose this, they'll lose that.
So
You're not going to lose anything. You're only going to gain the truth and the love of each other and God. We never needed that.
So
Nobody needs fighting and wars.
there are some families, Albert, that you probably know, like maybe Kaho'opi'i family,
Yes.
your family, you know, Matt Kaho'opi'i, for example. They will be serving notice. They was planning on doing it last week, but this week is what I hear they're going to serve notice, you know, as heirs, yeah, to the Supreme Court of State of Hawaii that of their title, of their heirship. How do you see, and I'm pretty much being specific here, is it possible that your guys' family, and Chad's here, mahalo Chad for coming, Albert's brother, how do you see, what kind of outreach and communication needs to happen so that the families that have the ali'i koko can come together and you know, work out their
Well, to me,
differences to
that's the
kind
kind
unity?
of things that OHA
Okay,
and the state of Hawaii
can facilitate.
supposed to facilitate years ago,
All right.
was to bring my family together and work this thing out. Not separate the family, not make Mickey Mouse clubs who represent the Hawaiian.
Right. Mickey
No,
Mouse.
no follow them, Mary Monarch and all that. That is tourist issues.
So you're talking about Mo'oku'au House, so all the ali'i koko
Right.
can come together.
From all islands.
How should we fund that, Albert?
The state should fund it.
The
They got
state
our money.
And OHA was actually created, the charter of OHA, to help do that.
Right,
They're not doing that.
right. Plenty of people told me for years, and even the clerk at the state Supreme Court
Yeah.
told me, Mr. Howell, I believe you have a right to sue OHA. When I stepped in on the ceded land case in Washington, I paid money to the state to They were supposed to kick the case back to Hawaii. When it came back to Hawaii, what they did was OHA, for the state behalf, jumped out of the case. So there's no case. Then they had Waihe and all these others push it into legislature to try and make it a political scene. It's clearly just a land issue.
Yeah, it's a title issue.
Title issue.
That's right.
Who owns the land?
Yeah. Who has title?
You know what I mean? But everybody is afraid that the owner, the true owner, going to kick everybody out. Or take all the money and run.
So would you
As
be...
long as I'm around, Angie,
Yeah,
I won't let that happen.
very good.
Because I'm not here for money.
We're trying to,
Money no can buy love.
amen. We're,
Kawikaole lowered his own self
yes, sir.
when he gave all undivided interest. And if he did not crime, he would be punished same like everybody else.
Yeah. No man is above the law.
We became one.
Yes. Sir. Is there anybody that has been active, besides myself and whoever else, who do you recommend that we partner with and, to get more unity and to move this forward in
Yeah,
Pono?
Gene,
Yeah.
I don't believe in partner.
Okay.
I love all I said. What I'll do, like if you card play, I throw all the cards on the table. Who like be represented, Kamehameha. You are welcome to the table.
However you like serve.
Pulole. I'm not hiding nothing. No old meaning bodies. He's my good friend. Baloney with that good friend crap. I'm scratching their back because they get a bigger gun than you. I'm not gonna do that.
You're saying serve from your heart and your value.
You
Yeah.
serve God truthfully.
You serve God truthfully.
Not because I'm scared of the guy with the atom bomb or, you know what I mean, the guy with the billions of dollars.
Okay.
That shouldn't make no difference
That's right.
in my thinking or my feeling or my love for God.
Yes, sir.
So I'm saying it's not body.
Okay.
Just because I agree with you no means I'm your friend. I agree with the issue. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And we serve God.
And we serve God.
Right.
Oh, to me I look everybody my friend. If I don't punch you in the face, must be you my friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not wrong. They might have talked shit every time, but my grandpa said, awe 14, the baga lolo. And my grandpa wouldn't forgive me if I spank one lolo. That's why you say awe 14. I look at them like Jesus when I look at Barabbas and say, I'm sorry for you. I hope I can help you.
Right. Thank you.
I mean, I don't go belittle you and kick you around like a piece of rubbish. People shouldn't do that. Like all that homeless in Honolulu, I feel sad every time I hear one Hawaiian name. That brother is not homeless. He owns everything around you.
Yeah,
He's
he's
a
home.
real
He's
sheep.
home. Yeah.
He's home. You guys gotta go help them mentally. You know what I mean? Make programs so they can fix their brains and get the damn drugs out of their head. Or these drugs not being made all over here. Most of them is being shipped in. Hawaii was so beautiful before the war. Before World War, I mean, the war in Vietnam.
Vietnam.
Hardly had that kind of stuff around here. After that, we open drugs. hippies. We had to tell my auntie, no go take the guy home anytime, they might stab you, rob you, you don't know, eh? We had to adjust to the white man ways. We had to hide some of our aloha. The old days was, my auntie see somebody, no more clothes, or no more food, or muy lepo, they pick them up, take them home. Give them one bed, make them dinner. Tell them you like stay here, boy, just go cut the grass and go help Uncle feed the pig. And you can stay over here. I get a couple of aunties do that. But that's how old Hawaiian were. We had to stop being Hawaiians when the Westerners came in with their bad ways. The guy's still playing with drugs because easy make money drugs. And how you go convince one kid no play with that drug? When he still go to school, get a hard time, and the drug, he get nice truck, nice house. Like them movie actors who paid off school for let their kid graduate with a degree. How many doctors and lawyers get degrees that they don't deserve? Nowadays, I get policemen stealing the drugs, doing drugs, selling drugs. All society, all corrupt. You know what I mean?
God sees everything, but they don't
Right.
believe it, yeah. People don't
And
believe
it's our job to try and make these things better. I want to be like the Filipino way, is just kill them all. But that is a way, right? Surely scares the shit out of you, right? Old days, nobody dare steal. They broke your hands. Your father tell you come here and you try to run away, they brush your leg. You know what I mean? You have to learn things. They teach you. So we have to teach them, and it's not by whipping them and beating them all up and casting them around like that. They came like that because they are a depressed race. What's the cause? You gotta get rid of the cause. Who made that boy feel like that? Who made his whole family fall apart? Why would a child steal from his mother? Rob their own parents? You know what I mean? They need more psychiatrists or something, but don't bring all these white man psychiatrists over here to try to talk to an Hawaiian. Not gonna work. They don't live the same way. They have different values. You know what I mean? But somehow they gotta show more interest to the children. Make them believe that they're somebody. So they be proud of who they are. I don't see no proud or self-respect. How dare you steal from your own parents? You know what I mean?
So moving forward, you, like myself, we advocate clarifying and confirming title, which clarifies jurisdiction.
Right.
So we should continue that,
Right.
and the principles
And
of
work on
God
the
to guide us
balance.
in that. Yeah. Okay.
We gotta work on a better balance, not this one-sided thing. And what they should have known from years and years ago, most of Kanaka don't even vote. They don't do stuff, they don't even believe in the system.
Yeah.
My grandfather them, they never even applied for Hawaiian homes. They said, why don't I go apply for what I already own? You know what I mean?
Right.
What I need one mayor, one government anyway. I get plenty job to do at home. You know what I mean? I get all the food I need over here. Why go work for you? Then they come around and say, oh, no backyard cleaning. You cannot go here, you cannot go there. They would take machine guns, they could shoot all the goat and the sheep off the mountain.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They talk with walk tongue. They gotta be more realistic and truthful. You know what I mean? In the way they act and do things. To me, it's a total hypocrite. We're making conservation here, but we're killing all of these.
Yeah.
How much land you conserving or of the ocean you conserving every time you build a golf course?
Okay.
I mean, how many acres you would save? And now they're like Sue because they was using Roundup. How many kids was playing in the yard that they sprayed around that one?
All this time.
Years. And all the disease in Hawaii, why you get that? I go Florida, I come back home. In the middle of the airplane, you can see the top of Mauna Kea. They tell me I stay 100 miles away around. Then they pass out this paper. Do you have any snakes? Or alligators? You know the pond.
Yeah.
Or fruits you're not supposed to bring. Only one idiot could tell you I get them on me, and in the plane you already feel like you did something wrong when they pass you out the paper. They're going to tell you, oh no, I don't more. You know what I mean? Just like the survey for seatbelt use. Is there not a big insurance scam? Because every car accident I went to, only the living would testify. The guy who would die with his seatbelt on, no can say nothing. So they kind of forced everybody to use seatbelts.
Well, Albert, this has been really good. I hope we can do this again. And before we go, I wanted to know, if you had any final thoughts, your values, your wisdom, for our people, because everyone's paying attention right now. People are wondering, how are we going to stop all this corporation heva that's going, it's just exploding everywhere, but it's bringing people together too. So this is a powerful moment in history.
Yeah, I believe so.
What would you like to
Well, all I
share
can
with
do
them?
is like pray for everybody that they open their eyes. If you see what God can see, then you'll understand. You know what I mean? If you're only looking at your personal gains and how good you look to others, you won't find it. You won't find it. Look in yourself. Come on, here I guess.
For now?
Yeah.